Right, good morning. I'm hoping this camera's going to stay where it is. Right, I'm hopefully not going to get my big head in the way all the time. Okay, pages 5 and 6 of our little slow stitch book that we're doing together. Again, I've tried to keep it as basic as possible for the material list. I'm just getting out the other pages. So here's page 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, I've just pinned them together at the sides here because I'm going to layer them together like so. I've got the daylight lamp on here. I hope it's not too bright, but the sun keeps in and out and it's driving me bonkers. Right, so for pages 5 and 6 we're going to do hexagons. Love hexagons. We've done lots of, well, there's been lots of projects out there in the internet. Anne Brooke, you know, her challenge book, we had a lot of hexagons going on, and I really like hexagons anyway. So yeah, so I've gathered some fabrics together. This is a piece of vintage fabric which happened to be printed with hexagons, so that's going to go on here. I've watercoloured the background. It was very blah. It's the same old pillowcase that I'm using, so I just slapped some watercolour paint on there and just coloured that up a bit really, and I've got my 2 baby wipes on the back. Now, I did have a comment on one of my videos, why are we using baby wipes? Simple reason, I'm trying to keep this project low stash. You know, if you're just starting, you haven't got a stash, so we're using baby wipes instead of wadding and batting, which is, you know, the comment I got. Why are you using that? Why don't you use, yeah. So 2 dried out baby wipes on the back. So I'm just starting to layer up my fabrics. I've got various little hexies left over from the Anne Brooke challenge, and I found some other ones, and I've just backed them with some fusible webbing, interfacing, that's the word. If you haven't got that, it doesn't matter, just do them normally and just turn over the edges like so. I've given them a real good pressing so that hopefully they just stay like that, you know, stuck down basically. So the rest of them, I think, yeah, they're all backed and I've trimmed really close. They might fray a little bit. I'm not too worried, that's fine. So I'm just going to mess around with a bit of placement. This is a piece of eco-dyed, and I've got some rust marks on here. A piece of cotton. I think it was the same cotton here actually. So that is going to be my main piece, if you like, on this side of the page. And then I'm just going to lay the other ones around. We're going to use chain stitch. I want to keep the stitches quite simple, and chain stitch is a really simple stitch. So I'll be using that. And the other thing I want to do, out of my Sue Spargo book, which is this one here, she does these little bees. Let me get it up closer for you. Hopefully you can see that. And I want to, whenever I see hexagons, I always think honeycomb bees. Okay, so I'm going to try stitching this little fella here. I'm going to see how the time runs on this. If it keeps going on, then I'm not going to do it on screen, but we'll see how the time goes. So I've kind of got a rough idea. I'm just going to sit down, hopefully not wobble everything, and everything's falling down. So I'm just going to place these in a pleasing manner, basically. I envisage the bee being over here or something, you know, not necessarily in amongst this. I'm going to pop that over there. And yeah, just play around with some placement. And I think we'll have flowers on the bottom. Oh, that's actually got sticky fusible. Ooh, didn't realise I'd done that on that one. I want the little some little flowers over here too. And get the little mushroom in there. That's just on interfacing. Right, let's put you there. Yeah, here we go. Faffing. Stop messing around. Just get them down. I really want that one to go that way. I don't think it matters which way around that one goes. Yeah, just mess around. Just place it however you want, really. and that one up there, I think. Let's try and make these match up. Oh, that's on. That's Bonder web, basically. I think, yeah, I know what I'm doing wrong. I've got the hexagons around the wrong way, so, you know, obviously hexes, they can go either way. That's better. It's making more sense now. I knew I had it laid out differently to that. So, there. Okay. That's quite nice. Yep, like that. Happy with that. I'm going to push that up into there so that makes more of a... this I cut on the wrong angle. I should have cut it that way so that I could have it matching up here, but I didn't. So, and I don't want it... yeah, I'll just leave that up there separate. So, yeah, just kind of doing this little... you know, putting it together thing, really, basically. So, really want to chain stitch around here first of all. I've got this lovely variegated thread from DMC. It's number 4509, and it's got most of the colours that I want. It's picking up the sort of pinky colours here, it's picking up the lime green here, it's picking up the grey here, so it just happened to... I treated myself to some new threads basically, and this is one that happened to be one of those threads. Do I do it on... so let me see how time's going. We're up to 6 minutes. Okay, right, so I'm going to move this off because I want to chain stitch around here first. So I'm going to pop those up there in the manner I had them. No, you were up there, weren't you? And you were down there. Okay, so leave those there. These are all single layers, but I also want to do the stitching on the back here first. Let me just grab out some pins. So I hope everyone's well. The sun is shining here today, which, you know, we haven't had much sunshine down in Devon. So it's quite nice to see it today. But the trouble is it keeps in and out, which is why I put the daylight bulb on. And I've had a bit of a craft room change around. So I've got I'm working in sort of like the back corner of the room where there isn't a window. The window's that way. So... Alright, these ones that have got the fusible webbing on the back, I could actually stick iron those down, so, but I'll do that off screen. I'll just do a quick. Don't worry too much about chain stitch. There are lots of demonstrations on YouTube itself on how to do it. So, you know, this isn't necessarily a tutorial. You know, by all means, go and find somebody that's doing it on YouTube. Right. Okay, so we have a needle. I should have taken this off and put it on its spool, but I didn't. I conveniently dropped it on the floor. Yes, I see, you're going to be a pain, aren't you? Okay. Oh, see, I should have spooled it. Right, let's take the whole thing off. Yeah, it's got some a nice variance of colours here, so that's good. Scissors. Okay, I'm just going to use 3 strands, if you'll come apart, thank you. Right, I'll just do this big one, and then we'll have a go at that bee, and then otherwise it'll go on a bit, this video, otherwise. I'm sorry if I'm off screen doing bits and bobs, it's just threading a needle, which can sometimes be a challenge all on its own, as it is today. Right, thank you. Okay, I'll just do a knot in the back. Okay. Right, I'm going to stand up and do this because then hopefully I'm in screen and you can hear me. So it chain stitch, really simple. Just hopefully I can get that in screen for you. You know, if you don't want to do chain stitch, choose something else. If you want to go back to buttonhole like we did before, that's fine too. Got a weird thing on the end of my needle. What is that? Don't know. Right. Okay. So it's just a case of, I am right-handed, so you just go back in the hole where you came out, and then you decide what length your chain stitches are going to be. I'm keeping it fairly close to the edge. I'm not worried if I go onto the hexagon, that's fine. Okay, and it really is as simple as that. Sorry, I'll try and get it in the light properly. So you go down and up, and the trick is to keep your thread up this end. Are you actually seeing this? I think you are. And then just pull it through. Okay, and it makes a little chain, and you just keep going basically. And I just thought this would look quite pretty on here, as we're doing sort of like a, well, I'm doing a bee theme. You do whatever you like, really. It's you know, you can cover the whole page in hexagons if you like. It's up to you. This is your project. You do what you do you. I'm doing me, which is sometimes a very scary place to be. Okay. All right, so you should get the idea. This thread is variegating beautifully. That was, let me show you again. It was this one. It's a DMC, and ooh, that's the number there. Really nice. I like it. I do like her variegated threads. I just find they're just so universal, useful. You can do so much with them. Youch, stabbed myself then. It's not easy standing up doing this, but I wanted it closer to the camera for you. You could put some little running stitches in here if you wanted to. I obviously haven't. Got a weird rusty bit on the end of my needle. I'll have to swap that out because it's catching on the fabric. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, we're just making little chains all the way round. As I say, this is going to look, yeah, very pretty, and it's catching all the other colours that I've got going on here, which is great. So I'll finish that later on. Okay, I'm really keen to have a go at this bee, so I've got all my placements now. I don't know if to do them down here or up here. Let's see where the page folds. So it's there. So I could do him in here actually. That'll look quite cute. As I say, I'm just going to take inspiration from this. This is a friction pen which disappears with heat. Obviously use a pen. Well, you know, it doesn't matter really. You're gonna be using black on it anyway, so I want him to be a fair size. Okay, that would be his body, and I think, oh, sorry for the sniffing. Just two little antennae. I'm just copying this picture here. Yeah, the wings I think I can just kind of make up as I go along. They'll come onto here, but that's fine. And I think just a very simple, I don't know what it's called. Satin stitch, that's the word. Try and get another needle that hasn't got a weird bit on the end. That one looks a good one. Of course, I grabbed out two. You go back in there, thank you. Okay, start with black by the looks of it. Now, I could do it all 6 strands and it would fill in quicker, wouldn't it? Let's see if that works. Now, they're going to be... I'm just looking at the size of the stitches on there. I mean, you could satin stitch the whole thing and then go back over with the yellow with just strands, actually. That would make it a lot quicker. Looking at the way these ones are done, they are little bits of satin stitch in between. I wonder if she does do it the whole... can't really see. Okay, let's... Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go satin stitch, which is, again, it's not a hard stitch. You just literally fill the whole shape that you've got here with embroidery thread. I think this is the way you do it. Any serious stitches here? It's so thick. I don't think it's going to... Oh, yeah, it will. Any serious stitches out there probably think I'm alright. Oh, I managed to pull the backing through. Let me just pull that back out again. Try and catch just the cotton. You could cut a piece of black felt if you have any as well, actually, and then just go over with yellow embroidery thread just to put the stripes in. I say I am not an embroiderer, and those of you that are, please don't judge me. I'm doing the best I can. I have got a bee die that I could have cut this out of fabric, actually. I was a bit silly there, but I just, as I say, I just want to keep this as, you know, people that don't have a huge stash friendly as possible. So, you know, you might not have black felt, you might not have a die cutter for a, you know, for a shape or whatever. So it is a bit hodgepodge this one, but never mind, we'll get it done. Yeah, this isn't going terribly well, but we'll keep going. I think when I fill it in with the yellow stripes, it'll be fine. Can faff around with it. Sorry, am I going off screen? Sorry. It's the trouble when you start sewing, you bring it closer to yourself and you forget the fact that you're actually filming. See, the sun's gone in again now, so it's I'm glad I put the daylight lamp on now. Right, this isn't my best work. I apologise. In hindsight, I should have just cut a piece of felt. But I've started, so I'll finish. Sorry, again. Stop bringing it towards yourself, Susan. Got a lot to get on and do today. I've joined Jenny Belly's, one of her craft swaps, and we've been asked to hand cut a load of stamped images. And I've decided to sign up for 3, like a crazy person I am. So I've got a lot of hand cutting to do tonight. Right, we're nearly there. Sorry, this is dragging on a bit. I say, this isn't my best work. Don't judge me on my bee. Right, okay. Okay. Well, it's not too bad. Yeah, when you fluff that down, that's not too bad at all. Yeah, I'll go in with the yellow stripes. Let me just put his antennae on. Like I say, I mean, really, you know, for quickness, if you want to do it quickly, I would just use a piece of black felt, and that would be that. Right, I'm going to take that off. I'll leave that on the back there. So yeah, see, from a distance, he's not too bad. Oh dear. Right. See, I've been really lazy. I've not spooled up my threads. So this is what happens if you don't do that. It becomes a right tangled mess. This is another variegated thread. This is an anchor one, and it's 1217, and it's variegated yellows basically, and I thought this would work quite well. Right, don't need too much of that. I'm going to leave it the same thickness, and hopefully that will show up through the black well then. How are we doing for time? Can't see, bear with me. Oh, 22 minutes, right. Sorry, I had to put my hand in front. I couldn't see the screen. I'll just do a couple of stripes and I'll let you go. Yeah, the wings are done in yellow on this, but because I've got a yellow background, well, it's done in gold actually, but because I've got a yellow background, I might go in with like a grey or something, I don't know. Right, so just going to sneak round the back here. I chopped all my nails off last night and I feel lost. So it's a horrible feeling. I hate having to cut my nails because they all they feel funny on the ends, don't they? Come on. Thank you. Like I say, please don't judge me if you're a serious embroiderer. Let's go there, I think. You can always come back and add if you think your stripes are too far apart. Let's manipulate it into position. Okay. Need to go in there. Oh, it's gone a bit lopsided. Oh, it's not brilliant, but you get the idea. It's a bee. Oh, he's all right. He's fine. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah. Right. Just leave that there. I'll faff around with that and just pull those threads a little bit tighter and get him in there. So yeah, once he's got his little wings on, he'll be fine there, won't he? So chain stitch all those, chain stitch all those, then put on my little ones at the back here. Again, I might chain stitch, I might do straight stitch. Yeah, I'll just play around with that. But yeah, so there's our next page. Little hexagons, like a hexagon every now and again. So crack on with that, and then what we get, we're in October, aren't we? So November, I don't know, we'll see. But for Christmas, I want to do triangles because I've got a good plan for that for Christmas trees. All right, I'll leave it there because that's been going on for quite a while now. Yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.